Hi, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Bushwatcher. All right, guys, I am get ready to complete finishing off the the hearing. I'm gonna go ahead and go play the recording. This is gonna be part two of the hearing. All right. Let me go ahead and play it for you guys. This is YSL from yesterday's hearing for the suppression of the lineup. Okay, here we go.
And he was asked that that lineup be suppressed because the state would be showing that lineup. And the inquiry identification,
that's different. Hey, you recall or if the circumstances exist of who it is that you saw, depending upon how the examination is framed. Do you know the person that you saw? Is he in court today? Well, yeah, that's him over there. But that's different. That's an in-court identification. Okay,
that's still subject to pre-trial litigation under the Neal v. Davis. Of course, if
no, I don't think so. No, it's not. That's different. That's different. Depending upon how the circumstances are, meaning that if I develop, the state develops a examination of that particular circumstances with that witness and says, hey, how do you know this particular person? Have you seen him before? And Ty has some linkage to that. Then I think that might be that of course can be testified to. They can lay a foundation as to it.
If they're familiar with the person in their everyday life. But Your Honor, when it comes to in-court identification, that's the goal. When the
I'm with you. I have an issue as to the in-court identification. I mean, not in-court, but the lineup. Okay, I do have an issue as to the state.
That in court. Well, we don't know because we're trying to have the hearing. That's the whole point. The state, if they have a taken out of court identification procedure and want to present an in-court identification, they have to show that there's an independent source other than the tainted lineup. Yes. So that's what we're doing today. And
I understand.
And Your Honor, I'd like to put forward that the most glaring, the point of the whole Neal v. Davis analysis is to determine whether or not the lineup was so impermissibly suggested as to all but tell the witness this is our guy. The fact that he did not choose anyone should be the best evidence that
right now, Mr. Sharp, I don't think it's impermissibly suggested. I think it's going to be late on anything else. I think it's going to depend upon how this examination kind of develops. Because remember, I've heard almost 2 days of testimony on this issue.
Well, you haven't heard any cross-examination. You haven't heard any witness, any evidence from the defense, if there's going to be any. All you've heard is direct examination.
Well, remember, I heard testimony on the 14th of September.
We didn't get to my cross-examination, though.
And
Your Honor, I don't understand how we can possibly say it's not impermissibly suggested when we don't even have it. We don't have it.
Okay, we have you have one of the photos that I see what you're saying. You're saying because we don't have the lineup itself, we don't have the original of the photograph. There's nothing for us to compare it to.
And mind you, until today, until this morning, when the state gave it right before this hearing, we didn't even have a video, so there was no even.
Well, I had some reluctance because of the video. Let's not have the video at that point in time, but I've heard more now, so I understand what you're saying. Okay, so how's the state going to get over still with that? You got some missing. You still got missing documents, originals that may make it that was shown to the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. I want to. I think it would be
Because it's
one of the arguments, Your Honor, but I'll bring out my case law now and, point it out to the court. Judge, the analysis, when you don't have anyone chosen, Your Honor, it literally, in order for the court to find that someone that we all but told the defendant, this is our guy, he would have to have chosen someone. And he chose no one. The fact that he chose no one is the best evidence of the fact that the lineup did not impermissibly suggest that he ought to choose Mr. Stillwell. And specifically, Judge, I want to point out the jury is going to ultimately, as the court knows, determine the credibility of the witnesses. The court's going to give the jury a charge. Your Honor, I'm pointing out the law that I'm pointing out is Harrison versus the state, 298 Georgia Act, 870 and 872, a 2009 Court of Appeals case quoting Miller versus the state, 270 Georgia, 741 and 743. It's a 1999 case. And in particular, what the courts said, what the Court of Appeals and the Georgia Supreme Court said is that such a lineup is impermissibly suggestive only when it leads the witness to an all but inevitable identification of the defendant as the perpetrator, or it is the equivalent of the authorities telling the witness, this is our suspect. Here we have testimony from DDA Sprinkle that no one.
Let me ask, just stop. Ms. Love, in Harrison, did you have a physical lineup?
Your Honor, in Harrison, we had someone that had actually picked out the defendant. We don't have a lineup where he picked out anyone. Every case that involves a lineup and a suppression involves where the witness chose the defendant. Here, we literally don't even have, it's like arguing against a nullity. He didn't choose anyone. He literally didn't pick anyone.
Okay, all right. Having said that though, but you have the documents, the photo array that was shown to the witness, Mr. Davis.
We have the photo of Shannon Stillwell that was shown to Mr. Davis.
Okay,
We have
but you don't have the other, you don't have the, as we call it, the photo array or the six pack. You don't have that, do you?
We have a literal capturing of it, Your Honor. The reason that we have these two different angles in this interview is so that the court can see and we can zoom in and look at them and we have the testimony of the people who were sitting right there.
Okay.
And Your Honor, what I would ask the court to do is to allow the cross-examination and examination of the other witnesses and allow the state to present in its entirety as opposed to midway through the objection that we had to the relevance of Mr.
Okay, well, I'm not that kind of mistake.
Yes,
I'm just telling you, I got a problem right now. Problem I have is with the traditional six-pack lineup array, you've got a hard document. I have never once had a case yet in my career, this is the first one, where you have been missing the original lineup or what was shown to the witness. And because remember, the jury gets an opportunity to, as you mentioned, all the other factors, determine whether or not a valid identification has been made. And then what Mr. Short is saying is, sometimes coupled with the fact that they've seen this particular document, is that going to taint or otherwise be a problem for the in-court identification? Ordinarily, I haven't seen a case, and I'd invite you to present me a case or something that shows where the original lineup was not produced, because still, it goes to wait, even though they didn't pick anybody. But the issue becomes is that this witness still may testify, hey, that's Mr. Stillwell, and we don't have the other documents that are ordinarily relied upon in identification, and that's the original photos that were shown to the witness. We have a tape, but that's kind of secondary. mean, on most lineups, hey, I'm gonna show you this, you've got those folders that are in the particular, that are in stage 3 that I can see from the particular document and for that particular piece of evidence. Those are usually introduced independently, and for the court and for the witnesses' examination, that's part of the foundation. So I think you're gonna. The problem I'm telling you, I'm having an issue with this basic foundation. Like for purposes of the hearing, yeah, I can hear it and listen to it, but I think that we've gone enough at this point in time. I have some concerns about the foundation. I'm sorry, but that's where I am. So I guess my question to you is there a case, or do you believe you're going to present something that would tell me, hey, you don't have to have the original documents that are contained in the folders that were shown to us?
Your Honor, I can show the court that I don't have that case right here at my fingertips, but I can, and the reason is this. If we have to uncouple the two issues that are present before the court. One is whether or not Mr. Davis's identification, if it even comes to being, comes into fruition, whether or not it's reliable. That's the point at which Mr. Shard, of course, would cross him and say, you saw this then, you didn't identify him then, and the jury would make that determination. The one that is the most extreme, the one that is the most the most severe, Your Honor, is the court has to make a determination whether or not this identification procedure was so impermissibly suggested, which is entirely different than the jury determining whether or not they believe he actually remembered him from seeing him or remembered him from looking at the lineup where he didn't pick out anybody in the first place.
But I still think you got a basic, on top of that, you got a basic foundation.
Your Honor, if we were trying to submit to the jury a lineup wherein the witness picked out the defendant, I wouldn't even say then, because we have it captured, I'd be making a different argument. But in this case, we have a situation where he didn't pick anyone. We're not seeking, if it were a foundational issue, Your Honor, I would be trying to show a thing that needed a foundation to be laid before.
Those would be those 3 folders, and stage 4, which is Mr. Stillwell's, of course, to be Mr. Stillwell's fault. So and your witness, Mr. Davis, is purportedly going to. I mean, there's the lineup, and then there's the in court. So, and the in court is related in some particular way. And I guess I'll need to probably listen to the rest of the examination, but that would be my concern as well. Is I think that Mr. Charlestown, okay, well, because of the bigger factors that the in court identification may be something that may be problematic. So I got to make 2 determinations. One, whether or not the lineup itself is going to be admissible. Impermissibly suggested. I mean, I can tell you that you're going to have a problem if you don't have those 3 physical holes.
Because we're not trying to.
But you can't talk about them unless you got them. That's the problem.
I think I can find, of course, some case law on that particular issue, and I beg the court the opportunity to do so because it is not the issue that I anticipated us arguing here now.
Okay. All right. Well, let me finish these. Can we bring in Mr. Sprinkle? Bring back Mr. Sprinkle, please.
So, Your Honor, just for guidance, this all started with the state objecting to a question that I asked that I maintain has to do with his ability to observe.
Yeah, I think that's.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Sprinkle, sort of a delay. Go ahead, Mr. Sharp.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please court. Mr. Sprinkle, you indicated, I believe, we heard the transcript read in court, that you had previously testified that you received information from Donovan Thomas's mother. Is that your recollection?
Yes.
Okay. Did she give you any specifics about the circumstances about how she became aware of car wash possibly being a witness?
So, people in the community, there were a couple of things. There was a couple. All right. So these are the two things I know. I can't remember if this is something that I know she'd spoken with people in the community. The second one was that there was a news broadcast in which a female got on the news and said, "Well, my Uncle Sammy," and then they cut it off. Okay, so now I don't know if Donovan Thomas's mother also saw that news broadcast or if that was something that I had seen myself and somebody told me about it, etc. But specifically your question, it was basically just word on the street. She didn't say I spoke specifically to this person that told me that car wash man was out there.
Did she indicate whether or not she had spoken to Mr. Davis himself?
No. She never said that. At least I don't think she did. I didn't make a note of that. And I feel like I would have.
Now, regarding the meeting on March 17th, 2017, you would agree that that was approximately 26 months, a little bit more than 26 months after the incident on which Sammy Davis was speaking to you about?
Yes.
To your knowledge, had you made any statements prior to that time to anyone about this incident?
I don't know if he'd say, I
asked to his knowledge. If it's knowledge,
I'm just turning around asking, do you know? Or what do you know? Do you know?
Do you know if you made any statements to anyone else in law enforcement or otherwise prior to speaking to you and Detective Thorpe?
I don't know.
Was that the first, on March 17th, was that the first time you had met Sammy Davis?
It was.
Okay. Do you recall the introductions? Investigator Martin was there as well?
He was.
Okay. Do you recall in the introductions upon viewing the tape that Investigator Martin had indicated to Sammy Davis that he had already met him?
You might have I don't remember he would have definitely been looking for him. Maybe he had that one. I don't know. I just don't remember.
Okay, let me just ask this. Do you have any knowledge of any prior meetings between Investigator Martin and Sammy Davis?
No, I don't. No. Yeah, no, you'd have to ask Investigator Martin. If there was a prior meeting, nothing must have come of it because I have no memory of that at all. We could have maybe went to his apartment, but even then, but then why would we take him out of the jail? No, I don't recall that.
Was Investigator Martin, was he assigned to this case?
He was.
Okay. And he was working with you with the DA's office?
He was.
Okay. Now, we've learned that this interview was videotaped and audio taped, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Specifically about the audio tape, was that you audio taping, or was that Investigator Thorpe, or was it Investigator Martin?
That was me.
In the video, prior to showing any photo lineups, Sammy Davis is provided with some photos.
From, let's say Google Earth photos, probably the same photos or copies of the photos I provided to Spencer Wright earlier in the investigation.
You provided those photos?
I believe so. I went into Google Earth, I just took screenshots of the scene so people could orient themselves, tell me where they were standing and that kind of thing. They weren't the exact same photos I should have spent. They didn't have Spencer Wright's markings on them, but I'm just imagining that that's what I likely would have done. I would have gone into the directory where I say those photos, print them out and take them down to the police station.
And for the record, when we say on the scene, we're talking about the general area of the corner of the north side and begin.
That's right, yeah, these weren't photos that I took or anybody in law enforcement. These were literally just photos that were taken by a Google Street View car.
And using these photos, did you try to, did you show those photos to Cindy Davis?
I did.
Okay. And did you try to determine, using those photos, where Sammy Davis was that day?
I did.
Okay, why was that important?
Well, particularly in my experience earlier in the investigation, we had a witness who said that they witnessed Spencer Wright. And then when I showed him the photos, he put himself in an area that the camera footage clearly revealed he couldn't have been. He wasn't, there was no one standing there. So at that point, it was extremely important to me to know where people were standing, given that there was camera coverage in the area, and I could perhaps corroborate their statement.
Okay, so prior in your investigation, you had a witness say that they were at the scene, and your further investigation disproved their assertions.
Yeah, they said they were standing at the bus stop across the street, and there was clearly nobody standing there.
Besides determining if someone was actually there, period, was it also of interest to you to determine Sammy Davis's vantage point if he was in fact there?
Yes, that would boss that objective. That's right.
Okay, you gave, at some point, I believe it was between the second and third photo lineups, you gave Mr. Davis some more printouts and a pen, isn't that correct?
That's right.
Okay. And what were those printouts of? Were those for Google Earth?
Yeah, and if I reviewed that video that we just got today, I would probably be able, even though it's a little bit grainy, probably be able to say definitively. That's what I'm assuming they were. I don't know what else they were. Apart from photo lineups and photos of Spencer Wright, the only other thing I recall showing them were printouts from Google Earth, so they could show me where he was, where various things were at the scene.
You asked him where he was at the time of the shoot, correct?
That's right.
All right, and you also asked, him to mark that down on the sheets, correct?
That's what it looked like on the video, yes.
Okay, you also asked where the first car, he told y'all about two cars and the first car making some sort of signal, correct?
That's right.
All right, so you asked him where that first car was when they made a signal, correct?
That's right.
And you asked him to mark that on the maps or the documents you provided as well, correct?
I mean, I'm assuming I did. That's what I was doing throughout the interview, it looked like.
Okay. Did he in fact mark those documents?
It looks like he did. He had a pen, and from what I saw in the video, he had to have been marking them.
Okay. Do you know where those documents are now?
I do not. I would think they would have said.
Into the document they have no relevance to whether or not this lineup with some information suggested that's all fairly stated or not.
Yeah, almost the same.
Your Honor, Madam we don't have the lineups, so we have to go to the Neil D. Biggers factors. One specific.
The Neil D. Biggers factors are the lineups themselves. Are the factors the court has taken into account.
Correct.
On radar or an identification.
The Neil D. Biggers factors include the opportunity to observe how quickly things occurred.
They're not relevant. They're not relevant for that particular group of lyrics. Almost staying objective. Move on.
Your Honor.
Move on.
Oh my God.
May I make a reference?
No, move on.
Oh my God.
They are not relevant for the purposes of what you're trying to ask about for the bigger factors. They're not.
You see how he yelled at him and never
That's
yelled at
another
her?
question. Propound another question.
Did he,
Wow.
regardless of the documents,
He treats him really mean.
indicate to you where he was at the time of the shoot?
He said he was standing near the vacuum cleaners at the Texaco station. That's what I remember, and also what I memorialized in close temporal proximity. to the interview.
He made
Did you use the Google Earth picture to do that, Mr. Frankel?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna reverse what I just said.
Okay,
I'm gonna let you ask about that.
thank you, Your Honor.
Don't thank me, just move on.
Wow.
When,
See how rude he
when
is?
he showed you,
Dang.
where he was, and he made markings.
That's pretty rude.
I can't say for sure. He at the very least pointed to it.
And where are those documents?
I don't know.
Do you know who the last person to have those documents was?
Again, like I testified previously, because, well, I guess about the lineups, because I was at the Atlanta Police Department, it would be customary for me to leave any documents such as that with the detective. And I'm assuming that's what happened here.
And when you say detective, you refer to
Detective.
Yeah. Now, when you say the vacuum cleaners, isn't it true that you also made, he being Sam Davis made reference to a telephone pole?
Right, so there was
utility pole.
Right. What I remember is there was a lot next to the barber shop. There was a telephone pole in that lot. There was also in close spatial proximity, some vacuum cleaners. I remember seeing not only did he point out in the Google Earth photos, but I also was familiar with the area just from, well, first of all, just having been out there, but also from the Texaco footage. And so I was able to figure out he was pretty much kind of in the corner of the lot near the corner of the lot between, it was near the gas station. What I envisioned was he was in the corner of that lot and kind of ambling between there and the vacuum cleaners at the gas station.
Okay. Let me unpack that. There's a parking lot going from south to north on McDaniel. There's a parking lot in between the two barber shops, correct?
There is, right, and then there's a parking lot that is between the barber shop and the Texaco station.
Okay. The barber shop, the parking lot in between the two barber shops is where Donovan Thomas was when he was shot, correct?
That's right, correct.
Okay. And then there's the parking lot in between the barber shop and the Texaco.
Correct.
Okay. Which parking lot did Sammy Davis say that he was in?
The parking lot that was close to Texaco. So not the same parking lot as Donovan Thomas.
Okay. And he said he was by the vacuum cleaners.
Near the vacuum cleaners, maybe either said by the vacuum cleaners, or that's just what I remembered when we looked at the photos. That was what my impression was. I thought to myself, okay, the vacuum cleaners at the Texaco station. He may have mentioned that. I mean, luckily it was recorded. I don't recall, but that's what I remember. That was my mental impression.
And these vacuum cleaners, are they located in the Texaco lot, like vacuum cleaners that go with a gas station, or are they in the gravel lot?
I believe they would be in the Texaco parking lot.
Okay. So he said he was in the parking lot between the barber shop and the Texaco, but near the vacuum cleaners in the Texaco parking lot.
Yeah, so that was my impression, was that he was kind of just meandering about that general area between in that lot and near the vacuum cleaners.
As you did with Spencer Wright, did you go back to the video to determine if Sammy Davis was in fact where he said he was?
From what I remember, I did, and I believe I did see someone in that general area. I definitely documented this in my report. I put screenshots, if I remember correctly. I remember, it suffices to say that unlike Spencer Wright, when I looked at the video, it wasn't clear. I was not able to conclude, oh, Sammy Davis is square line. Like there was somebody in that area in the video that I believe matched his description.
Could you identify that person's sentence?
Oh no, the footage was far too great for that.
Now, Sammy Davis informed you on the 17th, March 17, 2017, that he saw two cars driving, correct?
He did.
Okay, and he indicated that he saw a first car flash lights, correct?
Yep.
And he concluded that was likely a signal to people in the second car, correct?
That's what he assumed, or that was his theory, yes.
Yes. Were you able to look at the video to determine if there was in fact a first car before the car where shots came from that flashed lights?
So, yeah, a possible first car, that was actually among the reasons why we went back to the jail on Monday. I did go back to my office and look at the video, and I took some screenshots from it. It depicted, there was a silver Mercedes, maybe it was a BMW, and I want to say that it pulled into the Texaco right after the shooting. I thought, well, maybe, is that it? So I printed out some still shots of that and showed it to him, and we actually heard that during Direct, the March 20th interview, that I did show him some photos, and he very quickly brushed it off. He just said, I don't know, or whatever it was he said. He obviously didn't say, no, that's the car. He wasn't able to identify the car. It's the car that he saw flash the lights.
Okay, but going back to the video, from your review, did it show that this car flashed lights?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Relevant to whether or not the car flashlights, this is showing weight, not the visibility of anything. David Davis is vantage point for.
Let's bring it back to Mr. Davis.
Okay, yes, sir. Now, you asked Mr. Davis how many people were in the car that he saw shots come from, where that shots came from, correct?
Yes,
And he said you 2 or 3, correct?
that's what he said, yeah.
His initial answer.
Mhm.
And you asked first if he saw he indicated that someone was shooting out the sunroof, correct?
That's what he said.
Okay. And you asked about his ability to identify the person shooting out the sunroof, correct?
That's right.
And he indicated that he could not. He did not see that individual's face, correct?
That's right.
And in fact, he said as soon as the shots started being fired, he got that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's what he said.
You asked about the driver and his ability to identify the driver.
He didn't see the driver.
He didn't see the driver. And you asked about, initially, you asked generally about the occupants, if he could identify any occupants, and he said no, correct?
I believe so, and then pretty shortly into it, he started talking about the front seat passenger.
Well, after he said no, Investigator Thorpe asked him if he wanted to view some pictures, correct?
I don't remember the exact. I don't remember. I don't remember it being. He said I couldn't identify the front seat passenger, and then we immediately said, well, let's show you some photos. I mean, if that's what the transcript says, I guess that's what happened. That's not exactly how I remember it.
Well, how do you remember?
I thought that it was more of a stream of consciousness from Mr. Davis, that he just kind of naturally got there and said, I did see the front seat passenger. I could be wrong about that. Luckily, it was reported. But I don't recall that he said, no, I didn't see the front seat passenger. And then we said, oh, but we think you did. Let's start showing you some photos.
I'm not suggesting that you said we think you did.
Okay.
But what I'm asking is, do you recall Investigator Thorpe offering to show the photos?
Sure, yeah, I'm sure he did, because Investigator Thorpe was the one who showed him all the photos that the lineup set us that day.
Once he told you about viewing the passenger, the front passenger of that car, you started to ask questions to establish context of his ability to view this individual, correct?
Yes.
And you asked him how he saw the person, correct?
That's right.
And he indicated that to you that he saw the person through the windshield.
That's what he said in the windshield.
Okay. And this was at night?
It was at night.
It was at approximately 7:22?
That sounds right. Yeah, it was dark out. It was January, 7/22, so.
Yes. You also asked him how long that he thought he was able to view this person, correct?
That's right.
And he indicated to you approximately 2 seconds, that was his estimation.
That's right.
And you also asked if he was able to make eye contact with, he being Sammy Davis was able to make eye contact with the passenger in the front seat of the car.
That's right.
And he indicated that he did not make any eye contact.
I don't recall that specific question, but I'm assuming that that's what he said. If that's, I mean, if you're saying that's what he said, then I believe you.
I sustained that.
He did say that he only saw the side of his face, correct?
That I remember, yes.
You also sought to get a description of the individual, correct?
I did.
And the description given was brown skin.
He said that.
Okay. You asked about tattoos, and Mr. Davis indicated that he was not sure. He did not see any tattoos, correct?
Yeah, that sounds right. I think that's what he said, yes.
And Mr. Davis said that the individual in the passenger seat had no facial hair.
He definitely said that, that's right.
And he indicated that he had little dreads in his head.
He said that, that's correct.
Okay, and when asked for further detail about the haircut,
As to what all the states in, whatever, or whomever it was, I would argue that it's not relevant as to whether or not the line was in, he goes to the weight, or after his ID, if Mr. Sharp states that trial, these are all.
Yeah, I would tend to agree, Mr. Sharp.
Your Honor, I don't want to mistake the law, but I'm strongly of the belief that one of the biggest factors is the accuracy of identification or description prior to identification.
No, it's not. Where's that, Mr. Sharp?
Just, if I could just have a moment. So eventually 3 lineups were shown, correct?
Correct, on Friday, yes.
The first lineup, it was 6 individual photos placed in a folder, correct?
Correct.
All right, and who presented that lineup?
Detective Thorpe.
And Detective Thorpe, was he the lead investigator in this case?
He was.
Was Detective Thorpe aware of who the suspects were in this case?
Oh, yes, I would, yes, I can say that pretty confidently, yeah.
He was aware of who the targets were and who the fillers were?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And when Investigator Thorpe presented this lineup, how far was he away from Mr. Davis?
I mean, just a couple of feet, we saw it there on the video, maybe 2 feet, 3 feet.
Now, and you were present as well, correct?
I was.
And you were also aware of who the target photos and who the fillers were for all the lineups?
I did, I knew who the suspect was and all of them. I could have picked out all 3 suspects in the photo lineup without problem.
Okay. In the first lineup shown, if you know, who was the target?
Justin Cobb.
Okay. In the second lineup shown, who was the target?
Divorce rapper.
Now, regarding the third lineup, Detective Thorpe created that lineup?
Yes.
Okay. are you aware of the identities of the other, the fillers?
No, and again, we just got this video today, but I did pull up the six-pack lineup that Detective Thorpe had made earlier during the investigation, and I couldn't. And again, I haven't had an opportunity to go through with like a zoom in and do all that, but I couldn't tell that the filler photographs from the first lineup he did, the six-pack, the one that he showed the Smith right, I couldn't tell that they were the same photographs. Okay. I could tell that the target photo was the same, but I couldn't tell the filler photographs were the same.
Okay, that target photo, Mr. Stillwell is wearing a white tank top, correct?
That's correct.
Can you tell us the other five pictures that were shown along with Mr. Stillwell's picture? Did any of those individuals have on a white tank top or what's been referred to earlier as a quote unquote white?
Right, no, none of the other filler photographs had such a shirt.
Did all of the other photos have on jail, garb?
No, I don't want to say that none of them did, but I mean, a jail uniform is pretty distinctive and they seem to be wearing civilian clothing.
You're basing that off of what?
Just looking at the video today that we just saw in court, it didn't look to me like they were wearing a jail or a prison uniform. Okay.
But just to be clear, you're basing it off not of your recollection, but
No.
based off of what you saw in the video.
Yeah, I'm basing it off of the video that was viewed in court today.
Now, regarding statements made by Mr. Davis, well, let me ask you this. Would you agree that while Mr. Davis was looking at that third lineup with Mr. Stillwell in it, that Detective Thorpe continued to speak to Mr. Davis while he was looking at the lineup?
Well, it's not something I was looking for or paying attention to, so I can't say yes or no. I mean, obviously it's on video, so we can just watch that. But no, I didn't make a mental note of that.
Okay. Do you recall Investigator Thorpe instructing Mr. Davis to take his time when he was holding the photo of Shannon Stillwell?
I don't remember that, but again, it's on video.
You're familiar with the Georgia law about showing photo lineups, correct?
Whether or not the witness is familiar with the law, there's no relevance to whether or not he was frequent or the law committee. Right, everybody in the law. But the frequent is immaterial.
On March 20th, 2017, on the second day, on March 20th, 2017, on your second meeting with Sammy Davis, when he was showing photo lineups, you instructed Investigator Thorpe to leave the room and go into the jail library at the time that Sammy Davis was looking at the lineups, correct?
Is that on the record? If that's on the recording, then that's what happened. I don't remember doing that. But again, it is recorded.
Okay, I stand that it's just speculation.
Is it best investigative practices to have the lead investigator present talking to the witness when the witness is looking at photo lineups?
I stand objection.
Mr. Sprinkle, regarding the third lineup again, you testified that Mr. Davis indicated that the picture of Shannon Stillwell, while holding the picture of Shannon Stillwell, that person looked familiar. It was from the canister, correct?
That's right.
All right. Do you have your transcript?
I do.
On page 69, this is at 5257 for the record on the recording. Line 9, Sammy Davis indicates, he looks familiar though, man. He looked familiar too, correct? Two as in T-O-O.
That's right.
Okay. Who is that other person in the lineup that Mr. Davis said looked familiar?
That was a filler photograph. I know not who it depicted, but this was mentioned on direct, I believe, when the part where he's holding up the two photographs. I don't know who the other man was.
Where is that filler photo now?
I don't know.
How did Sammy Davis get to the police precinct that day? Do you know?
It would have to have been Detective Thorpe. The reason why I say that is as a Fulton County DA's office investigator, the cars, and I assume it's still like this, but they didn't have cars that were. We weren't. The DA's office investigators aren't allowed to transport inmates into jails anywhere. Really, their cars aren't set up for it. So it would have to have been Detective Thorpe, and it was Detective Thorpe. I can say, or some APD officer, most likely Detective Thorpe, because that was how it was always done in the past with every other case I've ever done with APD whenever they pick somebody up from jail.
And how did Sammy Davis get back to the jail?
Detective Thorpe. Unless Detective Thorpe calls some other officer to transport him back to the jail, but in the past, like I said, the practice was the detective would pick them up, bring them to the precinct, and then take them back to the jail.
Well, the truth is, Detective Thorpe gave you and Investigator Martin right back to the DA's office.
That's right, he did do that, now that you mention it.
And was Sammy Davis in the car with you all?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that part.
Are you saying no, or you just don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Anything further?
Just briefly, Judge. Deputy Sprinkle, the last time that you were here, do you recall me asking you about who was in the lineups that were shown to Sammy Davis?
The names?
Yes, as in the first, like specifically what lineup was shown at what time? The one containing, you said, Jabari Sprafford, Justin Cobb. Do you remember whether or not last time you were here, you even remember who was shown when?
Well, I remember that we showed lineups depicting Mr. Cobb, Mr. Bradford, and Mr. Stillwell on Friday. I didn't know the order of them until I saw the video today.
That's where I'm going. So when you saw, if you did not remember the order that the lineups were shown the last time, how are you able to say today the order that the lineups were shown?
Because the video is clear enough that I can see the target photos as I look through the photographs.
I'm going to share my screen with the court's permission to show video that has already been admitted as evidence. The second angle of the video that was shown. And ask you, as you're looking at these photographs in this particular video, are you able to discern, I'm gonna back up just a little bit and play it from 1 hour, 53 minutes and 19 seconds, just looking at the area in front of Mr. Davis. Are you able to make out that there are photographs of scenery in front of Mr. Davis?
And it sort of looks like those are consistent, the proportions and just the overall look of the photographs are consistent with Google Earth photographs.
Okay. And as we proceed a little bit further, are you able to see in front of you photographs that Mr. Davis is looking at, as I'm at 2 minutes in and 3 seconds, and back up to specifically 1 minute, 57, 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 33 seconds.
Okay.
Are you able to see what Mr. Davis is looking at 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 47 seconds? And by what, I don't mean the name, I mean what he is looking at.
He's looking at it. He just picked up a manila folder containing a 6-pack photo lineup.
And are you able to tell what is depicted in the first photograph that he is looking at?
A man's face.
Could you describe the man?
He's a black male wearing a white shirt, not what's referenced in slang as a white beater, but just like a typical common white shirt.
Are you able to tell the male's complexion?
He looks to be dark and complected black man.
Okay. And as I continue to play the video, are you able to see what is in front of Mr. Davis at this point?
He's flipping to the next photograph. He's just looked at the photograph that was on top of the lineup, and he's now flipping to the next one.
Okay. And the one that we are looking at now, is this the next one or the one that was on top?
Well, he's actually in the process, it looks to me, of flipping the photograph from the top to the next photograph. So I don't know what he's looking at.
Is there a photograph that is visible on the screen right now, frozen at 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 49 seconds that you can describe?
Yes, it was the same photograph that he was just looking at. It's just in the process of being flipped.
And are you able to clearly see the complexion of this person?
Yes, now that the light is shining on it, it's not, he looks lighter complected.
Okay. Are you clearly able to see the background?
Yes, I can see the back.
Are you able to tell the court whether there were any writings or markings on any of the 6 photographs that were in that 6-pack that was shown to Mr. Davis?
Well,
It's not just based on the video, it's based on the video and his recollection. He's sitting there, he is a witness in the courtroom.
you're asking me, or for the purposes of these different factors, so I'm considering what they are. So it was the photos marked on any way, Mr. Franklin?
Not that I recall, Your Honor, and something like that would have stood out in my mind.
All right, continue then.
Are you able to tell what kind of background is pictured in this photograph?
Just a plain background, just a monocolored background, blue, white.
Okay. And I'm going to continue playing. Are you able to see what is depicted in frame 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 53 seconds?
It's another photograph depicting a lighter complected black male. It looks similar to the previous photograph. Same proportions, same portion of the face and upper chest areas that is visible within the photograph.
Are you able to tell whether or not the background is, what type of background is in the picture?
It's consistent with a photograph taken by a government agency. It's just a plain monocolored background. This one looks gray in color.
Are you able to tell what type of clothing the person has on?
It looks to be some type of shirt. It's definitely not, to use the slang term, a wife beater. It's some sort of top that covers the entirety of the shoulders and upper arms. But that's about all I can tell at this point.
Are you able to tell what kind of hairstyle this person is wearing?
Short hair, I can't go so far as to say they're completely bald. They may be.
Do you know what Mr. Stillwell looks like today?
He has long dreads.
Are they dreads that are beyond his shoulders?
Yeah, they look, yes. He's got them tied up right now, but it probably, yeah.
Okay. Are they greater than 1 inch long?
Yes.
Are they in any way similar to the photograph that is depicted on the screen right now that you just described? That hairstyle? Your Honor, I think they are very much much goes to, since Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Sharp argued that Mr. Davis's in-court identification is gonna be tainted by the photographs that are depicted in this video. I think.
Oh, wow. Okay, I mean, but that's the whole thing, I mean, about it. So, gotta look at different factors. Objection, go on.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is the hairstyle of the person depicted in the photograph you just described in any way similar to that of Mr. Stillwell's as he sits here today?
No, not at all.
And what about the photograph that was first shown? Is that hairstyle in any way similar to Mr. Stillwell's hairstyle as he is shown today?
No, the first two photographs, these men have very, very short hair.
Okay.
Perhaps no hair.
Okay, I'm gonna continue, until I stop. So do you see two? I'm stopping now at 1 hour, 58 minutes and 0 seconds. Not saying who, but what is captured in the frame at 1 hour, 58 minutes and 0 seconds directly in front of Mr. Davis.
It's a photo of a medium complected black male donning what is referenced in slang terminology as a white wife beater undershirt.
Are you able to describe from this shot of the camera that is captured on the video the complexion of that black male that you just described?
Medium, like brown complected black male, yes.
And what about the background?
It's gray. It's a monocolored background. It appears gray in color.
Okay. Is the hairstyle of this person shown in this photograph at all like the hairstyle done by Mr. Stillwell today?
Not at all. It's short hair.
In fact, who is shown in the photograph depicted on the screen at 1 hour, 58 minutes and 0 seconds?
That's Shannon Stillwell, and I believe a facsimile of this photograph has already been exhibit 4, if I recall correctly.
How do you know that that's Shannon Stillwell?
Well, I just recognized the photograph, the facial proportion. Not only that, just watching this video and not just the still image, you see the photo being kind of like waved about and the light hits it in various ways. I mean, I can just recognize it as Shannon Stillwell's photograph.
And I'm going to show you, I'm going to continue playing the video. Are you able to get even better looks at the photograph as we play it to 1 hour, 58 minutes and 3 seconds?
Yes, I'm confident that is a photo that depicts Shannon Stillwell.
And as we continue on, I'm going to stop the video at 1 hour, 58 minutes and 18 seconds. Are you able to tell without saying who, what is depicted in the photograph in Mr. Davis's right hand?
It's another photograph depicting a black male, medium brown complexion with short hair.
And are you able to discern what that person is wearing if I continue to play?
Yeah, continue to play, please. Again, wearing a top that covers the entirety of their arms and shoulders. I can't say exactly, what the color is. There looks to be like maybe they're wearing a white undershirt, and maybe there's a sweatshirt on top of it. I don't know, but whatever the case, I can tell that, again, their entire upper shoulder area is covered by cloth.
And what about this person's haircut or hairstyle?
Short hair. Short. It looks like this person does not appear to be bald. They do appear to have hair, but it's short.
Is that in any way similar to the hairstyle that Mr. Stillwell wears today?
It's not at all.
As I continue, and as you watch the video as it's playing, are you able to see even more photographs that are in front of Mr. Davis?
Yes, so he's not picked up, it's not visible now, but he just picked up the last photograph in the lineup.
Rewinding it to 1 minute and, I'm sorry, 2 hours and 0 minutes and 10 seconds in. Were you able to see who the last person or what that last picture in the lineup depicted?
Yes, it was another black male, medium brown complexion with short hair and a top that covered the entirety of his shoulders and upper arms.
And did that hairstyle in any way reflect or look similar to the hairstyle that Mr. Stillwell is wearing today?
Not at all.
What about the background of that photograph? Are you able to discern and see what that is?
Solid monocolored background. That background looked to me, I mean, I only got a glimpse of the photograph, but it looked to be like white.
And was there any writing whatsoever on any of those photographs? First of all, to indicate or say or point out to Mr. Davis, hey, pick this one in
No.
any way?
No.
John, I would object.
I gotta make that ruling of the way. So, Mr. Steele, I appreciate your interjection, but I'll ask you to, ask you.
And as
Well, she ain't finished yet, so why don't you let her finish, okay? All right.
thank you.
But I will make your objection to that.
So the question being, was there any writing whatsoever on any of these photographs to indicate or to suggest to Mr. Davis, pick this one?
No.
And as we're looking at the photographs now, you're able to see the last picture.
Yeah, I was, and my description that I provided earlier was accurate. It's,
As you sit here and look at the video of the interview and the review of the photographs that were reviewed by Mr. Davis, are you able to clearly see the photographs?
yeah, I can clearly see them, yes.
I can't. And I'm the kinds of background.
Yes, Sean?
I can't. I'm just gonna tell you, I can't see any of the things Mr. Sprinkles has testified to. I can't see those, and that's from looking at plain view of the video.
Yes.
Starting from the third lineup at 1.57, continuing forward this paper line.
Okay, and Your Honor, I'm not,
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with Mr. Sprinkles. You know, I'm sure he has significant knowledge about these photos. Just the average looking at these photos, I can't tell, they're too grainy. So.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just gonna note that to the record. Everyone else done?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Sprinkles, brief.
Yes, just briefly, Judge. Mr. Sprinkle, was there, as you did not choose the photographs,
Well, which bars Bradford I did?
the ones that include the picture of Mr. Stillwell?
No, I didn't choose those.
As you did not choose those, as you looked at them, was there anything or any, thing about the interview?
Basis. Why don't you rephrase?
Mr. Sprinkle, were you looking at the photos while Mr. Davis was looking at the photos?
Yes, yeah, I was sitting right there. I wasn't facing away from the table.
And were you looking at him as he looked at photographs?
I was.
And did you look at the photographs while he was looking at the photographs?
I did.
Was there anything about the photographs or about the interaction with Mr. Davis that suggested that he should choose one or the other?
No.
That's all that I have to say.
Mr. Sharp, I'm on pause and place just for a second. Can you go upstairs 10 minutes and guidance that wants you to make her appearance just to take the student? I don't know when she do that. I said I'm going to release Mr. Sharp for about 10 minutes to go visit with my colleagues at Javits. We're going to take a comfort break and then we'll reconvene. Okay?
Okay, yeah, hold on a second. They're gonna take a comfort break and I'm gonna move up.
Say again? That's why I want you to always be prepared and keep something in the trial bag. Mr. Matthews, I know that you're that type of person, right? Okay.
You didn't see anything, Calvin? I don't know what's going on with my.
Good afternoon, sir. If you could please approach the witness stand once you get there. Turn and face that thing and be sworn as a witness, please.
Okay, it's the second witness here.
Detective J. Thorpe Jr., Thorpe.
Good evening, Detective Thorpe. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am. Fine, thank you.
Detective Thorpe, I just have a few questions for you. Were you the lead investigator assigned to the murder of?
Yeah, I was wondering why nobody was in the chat. I was sitting here with my lonesome self with a couple of people, and we're like, okay, there's nobody else here, so I'm gonna keep going. So, this is the second detective that's on the stand, and this one is the first one is the one who was doing more of the I don't want to say manipulation, but he is the one that seems as to have like the other one. I'm talking about the other guy. This guy here seems more believable. The other one, for some strange reason, once he was cross-examined, he couldn't remember stuff. But then when he was being examined, seemed like he remembered everything, even the grainy pictures, and he knew who was this and what was that. And so then he was telling Mr. Sharp that, hey, basically look at the pictures. You could see it there. And then, you notice the judge came in and says, oh, he can't recognize it either. So this guy here that's going to testify, he's a little bit more believable because when he got cross-examined, he was telling, okay, yeah, they told me to leave the room. He asked him, why did he tell you to leave the room? He says, he don't know. He did just ask him to leave the room, and he left. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Okay.
Donovan Thomas Jr.
Yes, I was, ma'am.
And during March of 2017, did you speak with Deputy District Attorney at the time, Assistant District Attorney Mike Sprinkle, about a potential witness by the name of Sid?
Oh, y'all, the one that came on before was the District Attorney Assistant Sprinkles. That's who that was. The one who couldn't remember. That was Sprinkles. He's part of the DA's department. Oh, no wonder why he told the other guy to get out the room. This one is the Atlanta detective here. The other one was the DA investigator. Wow. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense why he told this guy had to come leave the room. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of this, y'all. I'm getting a little bit of this. He was okay. All right. Here we go.
Sammy Davis in this case?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
And did you participate in a lineup or an interview of Sammy Davis that took place on March the 17th of 2017?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what has already been admitted as State's Exhibit number 3, just to clarify for the record.
Hey, Danny.
I'm going to start it at around 1 hour and 58 minutes and 15 seconds.
Y'all, this is crazy.
Mr. Harvey, you okay? All right, sir. The incessant whining that goes on.
What she's trying to do is put up the video.
I am. We're not getting sound over here.
The judge like, oh, you ready? The judge is funny right now. He being mean. He's the judge is being mean to Sharp as usual. He wants to go home like we all did yesterday.
Yeah, you need to relog into the news. There's a new link that just came out right about a minute before 6.
All right, they're still trying to get to the video. Just bear with me a second, y'all. While I'm waiting, today they did the jury selection today. They only did 2 jurors. Well, 2 I've seen. The other ones were gone by the time I got there. This week they're gonna do motions for. I don't know why there's no camera guy. We still don't have camera people. And this is the best I can do for you guys. Oh, I just want to tell you, all my Tupac's fans, I did get the grand jury transcript. So I will be reading the transcript from the grand jury that got the indictment for the guy Keefe. Yeah, so I'll be reading that. It's gonna be a slow process and everything because it's tons and tons of pages. So stay tuned. We're just waiting for her to get herself up to par. Yeah, it's gonna be some good reading on that one. Oh, all those who follow me, I will be on Love, Lies, and Lace Front. She's gonna be interviewing me on the Strawberry Nesto Williams and Ernest William Nesto, Shirley Strawberry's husband. I'll be on her channel this weekend. Once I get an email, we're gonna set the time and I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna be over there for an interview. Yeah, as I was saying, guys, keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your prayers. You see, I feel better, right? But keep me in your prayers for the all the other shenanigans that's going on. We're gonna talk. I gotta bring up some information for you guys. Um,
It's in West, it's in the I see. Right.
Judge, I can show, the text for the phase three, designated action. Or whatever the first budget.
We sent two returns here. Both of them said that. We sent one that said that the money. All of them said no. Yeah. Go ahead and shut that now.
still taking their time, y'all. They're still looking for it. I think she's getting in it now. They still having a hard time, y'all.
You're on that now? Yeah. Okay, thank you, I appreciate it. Okay. All right, so, go ahead, man, you go.
And though there is no sound, are you able to see the video in front of you on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
And does that video accurately depicts the interview that you conducted with Sammy Davis on March 17th of 2017?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, on the screen at 1 hour, 58 minutes and 9 seconds, are you able to see what's in front of Sammy Davis at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to just back out a little bit and ask you what, at this point in the video, do you recognize to be in front of Sammy Davis at this time?
It was a 8.5 by 11, single photo of somebody by the name of, Stillwell.
And I'm going to show you, first of all, how are you able to tell that at the timestamp noted that there is an 8.5 by 11 photograph of subject Stillwell?
That was a photo, six individual photo array I put together.
But on this particular screen, how are you able to tell?
I can see the photo of Mr. Stillwell.
All right, and I'm going to show you what has already been stated before and ask you whether you recognize that photograph.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the photograph of Mr. Stillwell that is in that array?
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm going to back up just a little bit to 1 minute, 1 hour, 56 minutes. And 11 seconds. lowered it to 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 47 seconds. Are you able to see what is on the screen in front of Mr. Davis at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just gonna let it play. Were you able to see each of the 6 photographs that were in that lineup?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see them clearly?
Yes, ma'am. Clear enough.
Would you tell the court how it is that you chose the photographs that you used as filler photographs for this lineup?
Based on Mr. Stillwell's physical description.
Did you have any kind of database that you used to generate other photos that were similar in nature to Mr. Stillwell's, or did you do something else?
Yes, ma'am. We have Police Central. We just put in the physical description, and it just needs random photos. We just pick out photos that you need.
And what were you looking for in terms of trying to find filler photos to comprise this 6 photo array? Were you trying to find people who look different than Mr. Stillwell? I'm not leaving, I'm not suggesting the answer.
I think this is one issue.
When you sought out photographs to make up the filler photographs, what was your intent?
That the photos would be similar to that of the subject.
And did you seek out photographs with backgrounds that were distinctively different than that of Mr. Stillwell's?
No, ma'am.
Did you seek out persons who were of a different race or ethnic background than Mr. Stillwell?
I'm over that. So go ahead.
Did you seek out people who were of a different race or ethnic background than Mr. Stillwell?
No, ma'am.
Did you seek out people with markedly different hairstyles than Mr. Stillwell?
No, ma'am.
When you interacted with Sammy Davis on March the 17th, at any time did you tell him that you wanted him to choose or to, first of all, did Sammy Davis pick out anybody during this interview with him? Did he identify anybody as the shooter or any other thing during this initial interview?
No, ma'am.
Did you at any time on the 17th or any other day tell him that you wanted him to identify Shannon Stillwell?
No, ma'am.
Did you at any time on the 17th or any other day indicate that you wanted him to recognize a picture of Shannon Stillwell?
No, ma'am.
Did he, Mr. Davis, that is, at any time ever fill out any kind of photo admonition form wherein he identified Shannon Stillwell as a shooter?
No, ma'am.
On the 17th, when you returned Mr. Davis back to, did you return Mr. Davis back to the Fulton County Jail?
I did, ma'am.
Did you or anyone in your presence tell Mr. Davis anything that he could even interpret as indicating you wanted him to come back and pick out someone that he had just seen a photograph of?
No, ma'am.
On the 20th, do you recall going back and speaking to Mr. Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
On the 20th, did you tell Mr. Davis or suggest to Mr. Davis at all that you wanted him to go back and pick out one of the photographs that he had seen on the 17th?
No, ma'am.
Did you know that he would be referencing a photograph that he saw on the 17th?
No, ma'am, I did not know that.
Did you even bring the photograph on the 20th that you had on the 17th?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone in your presence on the 20th ever indicate or suggest to Mr. Davis that he ought to identify Shannon Stillwell as being involved in the Donovan Thomas murder?
No, ma'am.
Were the photographs that you chose the photographs that, in your estimation, were most similar to the picture you had of Shannon Stillwell?
I'm sorry.
That's the same picture. Were there any distinct differences, anything that stood out about the photographs that you chose as filler photos from that photograph of Shannon Stillwell?
No, ma'am.
Were there any markings on either of the 8.5 by 11 photographs that made up the 6-person lineup that you showed to Sammy Davis that contained the picture of Shannon Stillwell?
No, ma'am.
Were you asked, have you and I, since the beginning of this year, have you and I discussed the location of the 6 photos that you showed Sammy Davis that contained the photo of Shannon Stillwell?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been able to determine the location of those 6 photos that you showed to Sammy Davis since the time that we've been talking about them?
No, ma'am. Still looking for them.
Okay. And did you keep the photo arrays that consisted of persons who were identified by the witness that you spoke with?
Come on.
In other words, when you had a witness, on the 20th, you showed Mr. Davis some photos as well. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm going to show you what I have already marked as State's Exhibit 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'll show to Mr. Sharp, Your Honor, before I show to the witness, unless Mr. Sharp is satisfied that he's already seen them.
Sure.
States Exhibit 5. Whose name is at the top of that, line?
Wonder, Adam Gardner.
Was investigator Adam Gardner present with you on the 20th when you showed to, or when Sandy Davis at the jail?
Yes, sir.
And if he was, or was he at the time, turned off?
Yes, he was.
And I'm showing you State's Exhibit number 6. Actually, State's Exhibit number 7. And ask you to take a look at State's Exhibit number 7. Is investigator Gardner's name at the top of Exhibit 7?
Yes, ma'am.
For the photos that were shown to Sandy Davis on the 20th, the photo array compiled by investigator Gardner, you or someone else?
Don't recall, I think it was compiled by investigator Gardner.
Okay.
I said, I do not recall, I believe it was compiled by investigator Gardner.
And it's showing you State's Exhibit 8. The admission at the top of 8, the same as or similar to the one on 5 and 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Was Shannon Stillwell's picture in either State's Exhibit 5, 7, 8, and I'll show you part of State's 6. It consists of 3 photographs.
No, ma'am.
Have you had the opportunity to listen to the interview of the witness, Sandy Davis, that you conducted on March the 20th and the one that you conducted on March the 17th?
Yes, ma'am.
And is there any portion of either of those interviews where Sandy Davis circles or identifies in writing Shannon Stillwell as the person of interest, if you will? Like, does he circle Shannon Stillwell on the 17th?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And again, on the 20th, did you even have a picture of Shannon Stillwell to show up?
No, ma'am.
Were you the person that provided the state with the video of the interview on the 17th today?
No, ma'am.
Are you familiar with how we were able to obtain that?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you the person within APD who had access to that system?
No, ma'am.
Prior to seeing that video today, did you even know that that video had been retained even after the hack?
No, ma'am. I had no idea.
I can take out those those words, Your Honor, they can be stricken and I can ask a question that goes directly to it.
I'll let you refer to it.
Okay.
That's the same as civil issue.
Did anything happen to APD's, servers and data between 2015 and 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
What of significance happened?
We had a malware attack to our system.
A hack?
Yes, ma'am. And
Go ahead.
it pretty much deleted and compromised a whole lot of our data that was stored electronically.
Do you recall the exact date that the hack occurred?
I can't recall the exact date, but I know it was in 2018, I believe it happened.
Did you know that the video from 2017 was accessible by somebody with an AP?
No, I did not know.
But does the video that you did review that is captured in Stacey Did It Free accurately reflect the interview, the entirety of the interview you conducted on March 17, 2017 with Sandy Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you continuing your efforts to locate the file containing the photo array containing Shannon Stillwell's picture that was shown to Sandy Davis on March 17, 2017?
Yes, ma'am.
Even notwithstanding the fact that he didn't circle anyone, you're still looking for that?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you, will you let the state and any interested parties know as soon as you are able to put your hands on that?
Yes, ma'am, right away.
Now, did you provide a copy of your file to Assistant District Attorney Mike Sprinkle back in January of 2016 prior to conducting this interview with Sammy Davis?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
And is that customary that you provide to the District Attorney's Office a digital copy of your file?
Yes, ma'am, on request.
Thank you, I think that's all that I have for now.
Cross.
Yes, ma'am.
Cross.
Let's get Thorpe.
Yes, sir.
You spoke of a hack. Is it your testimony that the hack is the reason why the defense hasn't been given a copy of this video until this
Objection,
morning?
Judge, let me just state that the form of that question regarding what the defense has been given is something to which Detective Thorpe cannot speak.
Did the hack prevent anyone from accessing that video until yesterday? If you know.
That I know of, but I do not know.
Okay. There's a hack, and I think it's 2018.
Yes, sir.
Does a hack cause one to lose papers?
He can't answer that. I mean, there was general knowledge of the city assistance in the media during that time frame. So you have some specific questions. Unless you got some other question, unless he has specific knowledge of it, can we move on from there?
Did the hack wipe out the physical papers that you showed to Mr. Davis on March 17th of 2017?
Form of the question. Why don't you rephrase it? What happened to the papers?
What happened to the papers?
The original documents that you said that were shown to the witness. Can you answer that question for us, Detective Thorpe?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what happened to those photos? What happened to those papers? Photos that are depicted in stage 3.
I do not know, Your Honor. We're still trying to find the physical hard file right now.
Now, on March 20th, 3 days after you met with Mr. Davis the first time, Mr. Davis referred back to the photos that were shown to him on the 17th, correct?
Yes, sir.
And he identified a person that he saw on those photos as the person he saw in the passenger seat of the car.
Yes, sir.
Of the car where the shooting came from, the bullets came from.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you went so far as to ask him his level of certainty.
Yes, I believe so. I did.
Okay. The first, you showed 3 photo lineups of Sammy Davis on March 17th, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The first photo lineup, do you know who the target was? Not the fillers, but the suspect.
Yes, sir.
Who was that?
I believe his last name was, Cobb, I believe.
Okay. How about the suspect?
I would speculation,
Stainless,
not sure.
Well, he didn't say what he showed.
Can I ask him, do you know, Detective Thorpe?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you know who was the target of the second lineup?
No, I do not, sir.
And do you have the first or second lineups?
Do I have them?
Yes. Are they available?
No, sir.
We're talking about physical files, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, the physical file.
Now, the third lineup, I believe that you identified a picture of Mr. Stillwell.
Yes, sir.
And that picture was one of the photos in the third lineup.
Yes, I believe it was 3.
Okay, and there were 5. How many photos were there? 6. Okay, 6
Those
photos.
are 5 fillers and Mr. Stillwell.
Okay. How many of those fillers were wearing a white tank top?
I believe none.
I'm sorry, you said-
I believe none. I can recall the pictures.
And regarding the background, the color of the background, were they all exactly the same for every photo in that
No,
lineup?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. No, sir. I'm sorry.
When you showed,
So you heard the question, right? He first asked him how many had the white wife beater. How many fillers? Fillers are the people that, there's one suspect and then there's fillers, the other people with 5 fillers. And he asked how many fillers had white top on, wife beater. He said there was none. The only person that had on a wife beater was Shannon Stillwell. Then he asked, what did all the backgrounds of those pictures, were they the same background? He said no. Okay. And this is the officer that's for APD. This is the one that the guy told him to leave the room. The guy that was from the DA's office told him to leave the room.
have you reviewed the video?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you showed Mr. Sammy Davis the third lineup, the one with Mr. Stillwell's picture in it, did you continue to converse with him while he was looking at the photos?
Can't recall like that. I believe so. Can't recall.
Did you tell him to take his time when he was holding the photo of Mr. Stillwell?
Okay.
I cannot recall when I told him to take his time.
Okay.
He can't recall when he told him to take his time.
And Matt wants to witness.
Which one?
You identified these 4 lineups as lineups that were shown, Sammy Davis on the photo.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yes, sir. Now,
the objection was that is not the question that I asked him.
That is correct. How many remember that? That was not the question.
Oh, but I am asking, does he recognize
This is a
these?
misrepresentation. He didn't ask that question.
I'm not trying
He's asking another question.
Wow. It's crazy. He sides with her every time.
The photo array showing Mr. Sammy Davis on March 20th, 2017.
and who showed them?
It was by investigator Gardner from DA's office.
Did you bring those photos back?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you provide it to the DA's office?
No, sir.
When you look at states, what was marked states exhibit 6, what is that?
I don't understand the question is.
What, is that one of the lines that was shown on?
Yes,
Okay, who is the part of that?
I do not know.
Okay, how many photos are?
Page 6.
Yeah,
Because you have in front of Mr.
he does, Judge, but the state's going to object,
Basis.
because he said he did not provide this, and I purposely did not tender state 6 as I was looking at it. So I know where this is going, and I'm just gonna say, I object, I'll wait till
That's
he
a
gets
staying
it.
objection.
Your Honor, if I may.
That's a staying objection.
He sustained all her objections, y'all.
So the objection-
Wow.
Could all of you please stop talking in the background? I can hear you. Thank you.
Are there 6 photos?
No.
Is that a complete?
You see how he's having a fit with them? Oh my God.
That there?
I can't recall.
Okay, do you typically show lineups of 3 photos, blank pages?
No, I wouldn't know.
Okay. But you don't recall that lineup, that marks in exhibit 6 was shown?
Okay, sir.
You don't recall if that was shown in that state on March 20th, 2000?
I don't recall that. If I recall correctly, by listening to my audio recording of this interview, I believe I stepped away on ADA Sprinkle's request.
So it states exhibit 8. How many photos are that?
Six.
Are there 6 or 1 sheet left?
6 photos and 1 blank. Respectfully.
Well, it states exhibit 7.
Six photos and 1 blank sheet. Six photos and a blank sheet.
Blank sheet have a number on it?
Yeah.
Okay. What number does the blank sheet have?
The number 6.
On the other photo lineups presented to you earlier in this hearing, were there blank sheets with numbers on those as well?
Not other two.
That's fine.
Yes. Well, you want to think about it as a number or someone just marked on it.
And as you said, you were not the one that presented the witness to those lineups.
Correct.
Okay, you said you went into another room on March 20th, 2007?
So it's the, I believe we did it at the Fulton County, jail library, and I just stepped away. So there's a table, and I just stepped away.
Why did you step away?
I believe, ADA Franklin asked me to step away.
Did he ever give you an explanation?
No, I stepped away as in, so that he would just see it and be comfortable looking at it, and I won't be hovering over it. Because it won't enough seats for the three of them to sit down, I wasn't hovering.
Okay. On the 17th, when you showed Sammy Davis those lineups, did you step away from Sammy Davis when he was presenting those lineups?
No, sir.
You in fact presented those photo lineups, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you were the lead investigator on the case?
Yes, sir.
And you were aware of who the targets were? The suspects?
Yes, sir.
How about, we talked about the lineups. How about those other sheets? You would agree that Sammy Davis was looking at other photos of the scene for the March 17th, 2017 interview?
Yes, sir. I believe they were Google Map photos that Mr. Sprinkle would like.
And in fact, he was asked to make marks on those maps to show where he was, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have those sheets?
No, sir.
Do you know where they are?
No, sir. As just if we see, I return the photos back to Assistant District Attorney Mike Franco once they got presented.
So your belief is the last person to have those sheets is the Assistant District Attorney Mike Franco?
Talking about the map sheets?
On the map sheets?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm sure, but I know that I probably made copies in my hard file, but I'm still trying to find that hard file.
And what about the photo lineups from the 17th? The ones that were missing, is it, who, to your recollection, who is the last person to have those photo lineups?
Would be me, sir.
No further questions, thank you.
Anything else?
I think,
Any other redirect?
Not be safe, Judge. Well, actually, yeah, not be safe. We're done.
may I ask one other question?
Only this one. I guess that you're getting assistance from some of the non-party.
Do you have rough notes from this case that might help us place together what occurred on March 17, 2017?
They would be inside that hard folder, hard binder, because it was both the case file and my working case file all inside of one 3-week binder. So my notepad would be in there, and if I jotted any notes down about the 17th, I don't believe I did because it would been video recorded, and I would just went off the video recording.
Would this be in the file that you provided the DA's office or the file that you kept?
The file that I kept.
Okay. Is that typically what you do with the rough notes? Is keep them in the file?
Judge, I'm going to object, about rough notes. This is a fishing expedition. He has already said.
He said, sorry, he didn't have those particular documents, the lineups or anything else. He's missing them. He finds them, he'll go ahead. Sure.
Thank you.
Internal. All right. May we permanently temporarily excuse, Detective Thorpe,
Yes.
It's important to ask a question, to consider asking a question. What else would be in this binder that we,
All right, Detective Thorpe, you had a binder for this particular part of the investigation. They're in stage 3. The interview of Mr.
Davis?
Mr. Davis, thank you.
Yes, sir.
What else would be in that binder?
It will be the autopsy report, crime scene drawing, probably live reports. I can't really state offhand exactly who's all will be in there. But definitely my investigative supplement that I wrote up typed up prior to our interview with Mr. Davis.
Okay, and with the three, and the hard file folders that we've been able to see from stage 3, the video, would those be within that binder as well, loose, or in a folder in that binder?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so basically it's your investigative file. Is that what you're telling us is missing at this point in time, that you've not been able to locate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Yes. All right. May we permanently temporarily excuse Detective Thorpe?
Your Honor, for the purposes of this hearing, I don't have any other questions.
All right.
Yeah, for the purpose of this hearing.
Detective Thorpe, we're going to permanently excuse.
All right, good people. We finished that. Yay! I know it took me a long time to come back up. My apologies. But guys, y'all see what's been happening, right? And then I have something for today. Hold on. You just finished this one? Hold on. 1 second, y'all. And then I have for today. Hold on a second. I'm going to get the other phone. All right, I'm going to play the what's the name for today. That was from yesterday, y'all. That was from yesterday. So on today, there was only motions for jurors. But look, listen, guys. Friday is going to be motions for Mr. Williams. Hopefully the judge will address. Hopefully they will address the motion that Mr. Steele talked about with giving Jeffrey Young Thug a bond because of the the witness list situation. So they haven't discussed that. So we will hear what they said about that. Okay. Um, and I will be bringing that stuff to you guys. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I know a lot of people have lost interest. That's why they're not showing up, and you guys are not even coming into the chat like you used to anymore, because a lot of people have just dropped off. I mean, you can't blame people, but I'm a trooper, y'all. I'm one that stay on the case and keep going and going and going and going. And I don't think they thought that I would stay on as long as I've been staying on. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that easy now. It's not that easy, but I'm doing what I can to keep you guys abreast of what's happening. But in a few minutes, when I go back live, I will be reading the jury, the grand jury indictment. I mean, grand jury transcript of right before they indicted that guy for Tupac. Woo! Y'all, shout out to all the people, guys. Guess what? I'm at 17,110 subscribers. Yay! I finally got out at 16,000. Whoop whoop! On the way to 20,000 real soon. I'm excited. I just looked on here while I was getting ready to look up my what's the name. I think I better go ahead and do Shirley Strawberry's husband, because it seems like it's the one that's giving me numbers. I think I'm gonna start doing that. Yay, Steph! Look! Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Gotta show y'all the numbers. Gotta show you. I'm excited, Stephanie. It's back up there. Look, y'all. Look. Boom, 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 boom. We ain't got the money yet, but but boom, boom, boom. I'm not making big bucks like the other people. You see that? Yay! Woo woo! Hold on, my bra strap. Okay. I can do the dance. Ooh, ooh. 2020, here we go. 2020, here we go. 2020, here we go. 20,000, here we go. All right, y'all. I'm gonna end this live. And I don't know. I'm gonna end this live. I think I'm gonna do Strawberry's husband, because those are the people. Because let me tell you who's been. Shout out to Love Lies Lace Front, because let me tell you, Love Lies Lace Front is the one who's been she's been like shouting me out. Shout out to her, y'all. Please subscribe to her channel, because she's been shouting me out. Her phone calls, those two ladies have been like doing me some justice. There have been a couple of people is in my chat saying that Love Lives Lace Front is the one, I'm gonna call her LLL, is the one that has been shouting me out the last couple of days, and I keep seeing the numbers keep going up. And shout out to her. And as well as today, Mr. Sir Williams gave me a shout out, and I saw numbers going up from them too. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. It's nothing like growing naturally, even though folks be lying and saying that I buy subscribers. Do I have money to buy subscribers? Nope. But shout out to them who has been consistent in helping me out, helping me to grow. I thank you guys. I appreciate it. I got my announcement, like standing on the red carpet. Let me stop. Thank you, Green Eyes. Thank you, Kel's Nation. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, T Girl. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, guys. Miss Green Eyes, thank you. But oh, I was gonna play. Hold on, because then you guys could get to hear what the judge says in regarding to Hold on a second, let me pull it up. What he said they're gonna do for the rest of the week. Hold on. Do da. All right, yeah. This is for today. Okay, this is him doing hold on.
So I don't believe it would affect me to walk inside these four walls. It would affect my mental if I knew I had to be here and then I was the only way to get my mom to where she.
Okay, and let me kind of just give you the predicate of that. We're not looking for any answer in particular. We're just looking for you to give us an honest answer, and we'll be bound by whatever it is you tell us. So if you tell us that, hey, my mother's condition is such that I can't concentrate because I'm worried about that, that's one thing. If you tell us between me and my sister, I think we're good, we'll be bound by your answer. So where do you fall on that continuum?
So I would fall using your description, the first. I would be more concerned about her health because at 80 years old, she just had a birthday. So at 80 years old, I'd be more concerned about ensuring that, and I'm youngest, and I'm male, so ensuring that I was there as the backbone and support. That's just what that is.
So other than you and your sister, are there any other children or adult children or grandchildren or cousins?
You see, yeah, Judge said children.
I have a daughter.
The judge said children.
Okay, all right. So
Not children, but children.
So do you believe that given what you just told us, you said that just to frame this for the purpose of the record, are you saying that with that concern about your
children,
affect your ability
children
to come into here and give these parties your undivided attention?
Absolutely. I mean, my greatest concern at this point in my life is her life, if that makes sense.
I understand. And let's have parents, I understand that. Sir, do you believe that might affect your ability to be fair and impartial to the state of Georgia's laws to each individual defendant?
No.
All right, but you definitely think it would affect your ability to give these parties your undivided attention?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ms. Hills, anything?
No.
Or Ms. Love, anything?
No.
Okay, anything else on behalf of the individual defendant?
No.
All right, may we excuse you at 378 for hardship?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, we're gonna go ahead and excuse you for hardship and wish you all the best, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
You heard it too, T.
Thank you.
Koopy.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Koopy. I didn't even see you say congratulations. Thanks, Koopy. Hey, Miss Tasha. Okay, now he's gonna talk about what's gonna happen the rest of the week. This is for you, Miss Tasha. Listen to this. So you get the schedule. You and the rest of the gang.
All right, counsel, I believe that concludes our jurors to be examined for today.
Now listen carefully, y'all. The schedule.
Just kind of review the schedule you all. I believe that Ms. Von Kels has in fact contacted me and let us know, let me know who she's planning on calling in for tomorrow, subject of course to their availability. So
Write the schedule.
Those people at this point.
We're waiting, Judge. Could you give us a schedule, please? What's taking this man so long? Give us a schedule.
All right, council, tomorrow morning we are to commence, starting at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock
And
tomorrow.
our jurors, we're gonna work until the afternoon when they're exhausted, in terms of our examination with them. And those particular jurors that we will examine are the following numbers, subject to their availability. Jurors 383, 384, 386, 387, 388, 390, 392, and 393. Again,
383, 84, 86, 87, 88, and 90, 92, 93.
Are the jurors on tap to be examined for tomorrow, subject of course to their availability, and we will commence tomorrow morning, starting at 10 o'clock. All right. Do I have any other inquiries?
That's 10 o'clock tomorrow. It's all jury tomorrow. I'm not going. I'm not going tomorrow. All jury.
Anybody else?
Listen for the next thing.
Okay.
Thursday. Thursday.
Councils, and we will see you all tomorrow morning for a start time of 10 o'clock, and we will examine those jurors, and that is our only about business for tomorrow.
Only business
And
tomorrow.
then, as I mentioned earlier,
Thursday.
Thursday the 5th, we will finish examining Investigator Martin at 9:30.
9:30.
When we have and then we will have jury examination on the heels of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 6th, that's Friday, we will start off our morning at 9:30 with the examination of Lieutenant Gant in respect to Williams number 7, and then we will continue with jury examinations after that. That's our week.
So y'all heard it, right? No motions tomorrow. So I ain't coming because there's no camera guy, and I don't feel like listening to no jurors.
Starting at 9:30, and then.
So I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna be off tomorrow. I'm coming in Thursday.
In that afternoon. So that's our short and near term schedule.
So no court for me tomorrow, Miss
All right,
Tasha.
so I'll see you all tomorrow morning.
Tasha, no court for me tomorrow morning. I'm not coming in. Y'all heard me. Tomorrow I am not going to court, Miss Tasha, because there's nothing going on but jury selection stuff. But Thursday I'll be at court. So I gotta tell Obnoxious about that. All right, guys. You know what? I think I'll start, since I'm not going to court tomorrow, I think I'm gonna start the Tupac's jury transcript. Y'all ready for that? I think I'm gonna do that. Or should I do strawberry stuff? Which one should I do? Give me a vote, y'all. Should I do strawberry or should I do Tupac? Strawberry, Tupac. Strawberry, Tupac. Strawberry, Tupac. I think I'll do Tupac. Okay, well, I'll see you on Thursday. I'm not going tomorrow. I'm gonna overdose y'all on the other stuff. Okay, which one should I do? Strawberry or Tupac? Can y'all vote? Could y'all give me a vote? Y'all don't care, do y'all? Whatever you want to do. I want okay, Tupac. Okay, everybody say Tupac. Okay, we're gonna do Tupac. Okay, I'm gonna give me a good title, y'all. Give me a good title because I'm gonna use y'all for my help. Okay, give me a good title for this next one. Give me a good title, something that's gonna capture the people and we'll bring them into the chat. Give me a good title. She said, yes, we're ready for Tupac. Give me a title. Look, y'all, this is interactive, y'all. We're going to make this channel more interactive. Give me a title. Give me a title, something catchy, something that's going to get us with the stuff rolling. Come on, give me some titles, people. Come on. Tupac. I get Tupac, but give me a title. Should I say, hey guys, I got the grand jury? She keeps saying Tupac. Miss Tasha, calm down. Okay, give me a title. Should I put hey everybody? Come, let me see. Give me a title. The grand jury transcript. What got the indictment? Boom. How about that? Seeking the truth about Tupac Shakur. Nah. Give me another title. Oh, I got one. Okay. What's the name? Keefe D. Grand jury transcript in Tupac's murder. Boom! There it is. We got it. Part 1. And we're going to keep going. Part 2, part 3. We got it. We got it. 27 years later. Okay, y'all. Okay, we gotta get a picture. We gotta design it. We're gonna design it together. Okay, let's design this together. Let's design this together. Because I use this thing here. I use what you call. This is what all my designs are. I use Canva. I pay for this. Yeah, all y'all that don't know what Sylvia do with her stuff, I pay for all of this. I pay. Y'all just be like, what did she want the money from? What is she doing? Okay, this is one of my subscription that I pay for. This is my subscription I pay for. All my little things that how I design my stuff is right here, y'all. I download pictures and I do this. You see all of them right here, y'all. See? Got tons of them, right? You see? So let's start one off. We're going to create the design. Create. We're going to do this. All right, y'all. And I got my pictures on the side right here that I uploaded. And we're doing Tupac, right? Do we have a Tupac pictures up here? Let's see. Tupac. Oh, no, I don't have no Tupac picture. Let's go find some Tupac picture. Which one do I have? Let's see. Let's see. Can you guys see? Can you guys see? Y'all see? This sounds like whatever you want to do. Whatever. Sharon, that was somebody's gave me that title. Okay, y'all. We're gonna come with the color. What color do Tupac like? What's his favorite color? What was Tupac's favorite color? What was Tupac? Anybody know Tupac's favorite color? Find someone with great picture. Find good one. He has great pictures. Let's go look for Tupac's pictures. All right, let's go find Tupac. All right, let's go find some Tupac pictures. All right, here we go. We're going to find it. We're going to vote. What picture do y'all think I should use? All right, let's go in here and get the pictures. Okay, here's some pictures, y'all. All right, here's some pictures. We're voting. Which picture? His favorite color is blue? Okay. Somebody say black. Okay, which color is it? Somebody said black. Somebody just text me and said black. And you just said blue. Which one? Okay, we got to figure out what his favorite color. Let's go in here. It said Tupac's favorite color. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Let's see. Okay, hold on. His favorite number. Okay. Tupac favorite 5 facts. Okay. He likes last word. Okay. Hobbies, dancing and acting. He likes the Rolls Royce. Okay, what else? His favorite number is number 13. It doesn't say, okay. His favorite color is black and gold. You were wrong. You were wrong, Kels Nation. It's black and gold. Black and gold is his favorite color. So we're going to make it black and gold. We're going to make it black and gold. Okay, black and gold. So I'm going to make my background black and gold. Which gang he's attached to? I don't know about gang. He ain't attached. Black and gold. I just asked. Okay, let's go back to his pictures. Let's go back to his picture. We got black and gold here. Let's go to pictures. And y'all pick which image you want. Okay. I'm gonna go design my color, my background color back here. Which picture did y'all pick? The picture? Did y'all pick a picture? Which one did you pick? Hey, little Mo. Black and gold. Okay, what picture? You said the second one, second picture from the second row. Second picture from the second row. This one right here, the one where it says Tupac and he has his hand up. That one? The one, the second one, second row. Okay, the one with it says Tupac and then, okay, let's do that one. Let me take that one. Okay, we're going to take that one. Okay, got that one. She said, okay, we got that one. Okay, we got it. Hold on, let's see this one. Somebody else send me that one. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, guys, we got the picture. We got the picture. Now I'm going to put the picture onto the thing. Let me upload my picture. Thank you guys for your input. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all, I'm going to show you a picture so far. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to show y'all what we got. What we got here. We got to get them words in here. Hold on. We're going to switch that. Stop screen sharing. Present. Share. Watch what we got here. Hold on, y'all. All right, this is what we got so far, y'all. Hold on. Okay, we need some words. And we need some words. She said, yeah. I had to change that one. All right, what words should we have? Okay, give me some words for this title. Hey, Miss Sylvia. He was interviewed a while ago. Yeah, he was interviewed. Sprinkle was interviewed back on September 14th. Then he was interviewed again. Come on, yeah, give me some words. Is that good enough? Yeah, it's good enough. We just need a picture. Okay, I'm going to download this one here, and then we're going to go forward with our stuff. Hold on. That's nice, right? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and download this. Let me move this over. Should I do Tupac with the number 2? 2. Should I do it that way? Should I do? Let's just do Tupac. All right, here we go. Okay, y'all, that's it for that. Okay. She said wrong picture. No, I picked that picture because it had on gold. She said wrong picture. She said wrong picture. Okay, we finished now, y'all. Thank you for your input. Hold on, y'all. You guys crack me up. She's like, they're like, wait a minute, I thought you asked us for help. Y'all did help me. Y'all told me his color was green. It was gold. All right. I am using the title. All right, let's do this. Okay. You guys are so much fun. Y'all so much fun. Oh my goodness, you guys are hilarious. Y'all so much jokers. They're like, okay, why she ask us for help if she gonna do it by herself? Oh, y'all funny. Oh my God, you guys are too funny. All right, here we go. Let me get my title. Okay. All right, here we go. Guys are funny. Okay, good people. We're gonna go take this here. We're gonna make it 11. What time is it? We got 11:45. We're gonna do 11:45, y'all. Okay, there we go. I just put on my title. I just put my title on, y'all. Yes, I am going to Vegas for the trial. Sure am, whenever that trial is. Or is it in LA? It's going to be in Vegas. It's going to be in Vegas. Gotta try to make I'm calling it into existence. I'm going to go to Vegas for that trial. Okay, y'all. I'm going on in a few more minutes. We got, let's see. We got We got 10 more minutes and I'm going live to read the transcript. I'll show up with you on my off day. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, y'all ready? We're about to go live. I'm going to read the transcript. Y'all, we got pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of transcript we're going to be reading on Tupac. Y'all just make sure you tell everybody I got the transcript And we're going to go over the transcript with Tupac. For Tupac. I'm going to put some clippings on and everything. We're going to talk. We're going to talk, y'all. Y'all ready? I'll see you guys later. We're going to be... Okay, let's go. Let's go to the other side. And give me about 10 minutes and I'll be on, okay? I'll see you guys in a few. Bye. Love y'all. Bye. See you later. Alligator. After a while, crocodile.